The switch statement is a multi-way branch statement in Java, and it helps to run different blocks of code by selecting a variable and then comparing it with different values. And sometimes it can be a better alternative to if else and if else if statements. The general form of the switch statement is we use the keyword switch, and then we have the switch block, and inside this parenthesis we mention the expression, and this expression uh, must be of type either of type byte, sort, int, char, or string. It cannot be double, long, or even float, and this is one of the disadvantages of using this switch statement. And then we inside the switch block we mention different cases with different values that are to be compared with the result of the expression. We do this by using the keyword case and then the value that is to be compared, and then different statements. And to make sure further checking of cases won't occur after one case is executed, we use the keyword break, and then we have other case values statements and then break. We can have as many case statements as we like, and then statements and break. And if neither of these cases are executed, then we can have a default value just like the else statement in the if else statement. And in default we can have as many statements as we like, and the break. So here's how this switch statement works. The value of the expression, actually the result of the expression, is compared with different values that we provide. First of all, it will compare this first value, and if this value matches, then the statements in this block will be executed, and if the value does not match, then other case statements will be executed. And if this first case block is executed and it reaches to the final statement, then the flow of the program may move to this case block. So to make sure that does not happen, we use the keyword break. So let me write one program that will help us understand this switch statement. So now we will declare an int variable, and by using this switch statement we'll find whether that a number is 1, 2, 3, or neither of them. So or int I equals, give it any value, let's say 2, and we will switch this variable, and we'll provide the first value as 1, and our statement will be system dot out dot print line, and then we will print 1, and copy this statement and change this value 1 to 2, and our statement will be 2, and this value n will be 3, and our statement will be 3. And finally, if neither of these conditions are satisfied, it will be neither 1 2 3. So let's run the program. Okay, and it is 2 since our variable I is 2. Let's give it 1, and then we must get 1. And for 3 again we'll get 3. And for values not within our range, we must get neither 1 2 3. So let's experiment with these switch statements. So change this value to just 1 and then remove this break statement, and when you run this you will get 1 as well as 2. So what happened here is since value of I matched with this first case, this statement was executed. Now after now when all this statement of this first case block is finished, it won't care the value of I. It will go on executing all the case blocks until it reaches the end of the switch statement or it encounters any other break. So when you remove this break as well, then you will get 1 2 3. And finally when you also remove this break from case 3, you will get neither 1 2 and 3. So this is the reason why we must use this break statement. And similarly we can have this default block anywhere inside this switch statement, but when we keep this default block at the last of the switch statement, we don't need to keep this break keyword. Otherwise, if we are using it at the top and we don't provide the break statement, then we can face the similar problems as before. Suppose this time it will be 1000, then we'll get neither 1 2 3 and even 1. And at this point you might be thinking, why didn't the flow of the program automatically uh, move to the end of the switch statement when one of the case block was finished executing? Because when we didn't provide the break statement, we had many errors. But there may be times when we want multiple case statements to execute a same code, and for that we don't need this break statement. That is why it is optional. So clear this code and declare a string variable str, and now we will find whether a given string variable is vowel or not using this switch statement. So the first case will be A, and then we can provide another case statement right below here, and they will all refer to the same statements because we didn't have the break here. I O U, and we must switch this variable to str, and then we have u, and finally we can print str plus is vowel, and then the break statement, and we have default line, and that is str plus is not vowel and rec. So let's run the program, and a is vowel, and let's provide it another value o, and this time also we get o is vowel. And if we provide any of these a, e, i, o, u, we will get this result. And let's provide another value, that is m, and we'll get m is not vowel. So you can see if default was not optional, and if one case statement breaked automatically when it was executed, then we could not do so. That is why this break statement is optional. So the final thing that I want to mention is that just like if statement, we can have nested switch statements, and you can practice those by yourself so that you will be a pro in no time.